Okay, we're going to start swatching, and I have a lot of these. And I also have a lot of her 5 pans that she used to do also. The only one that I don't have in a mini is the Tropic one, because that one, she literally took the shades from that palette and put it into a mini, and I already had the big one. So let me get organized and we're going to start. Okay, we're going to get started. These are in no particular order because I don't like to choose favorites. Kind of. So let's start. This one is Mini Zendo. And the thing about Mini Zendo that I really like is that it's better than the big one. This palette has really great color story and the shades are beautiful. So take a look at those. I'm going to put these on. I'm going to go across here. This is such a pretty one. That is Mini Zendo. And her shadows just catch the light just beautifully. And this one has 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. Mini Zendo. And really good pigmentation. Don't let the Zendo part of it scare you, because I know that palette, it's a slow build and it's a little bit different from a lot of her formulas because she usually comes out of the gate with so much pigment. Okay, the next one that I have here is the Mini Retro, and you can see this is much loved. You get 2 mattes and 3 of her shimmery. I'm not gonna go through each formula, but between her toppers and her crystals and her shinies, we're just going to go talk about them being shiny or matte because everything is worn off on these because they're so well loved. Okay, here is the color story. And we will swatch them on my hand. Truly, when she does her swatches, they're just mesmerizing, and doing them yourself and getting to see these colors is kind of cool. So here is Mini Retro. Really great one. Love this one. Great to travel with. Okay. I'm cleaning with the Clinique wipes, and although I don't use these on my face, they are so good for these swatch videos. I love them. Okay, here's the next one. This is the Mini Love palette. Okay, this one has 3 shimmery shades and 2 mattes. Such a beautiful one. I actually replaced this one because I hit pan, which was a miracle for me. But this color is one of my favorites. I have a golden retriever over here that's needing some attention, so I may need to stop for 1 second. Okay, so here are the hand swatches for that one. And this is what the palette looks like. I'm going to swatch these on the back of my hand. She does such interesting color stories. You can mix and match. You can choose different colors. Some of these you can use as a blush. Like when I go on vacation, I tend to want to bring less product with me, and you just have to kind of be very careful with your brush when you go in. But this is Mini Love. Okay. Going to the next one. The one caveat that I do want to say is that some of these are available on her website, some on Sephora, some on Ulta. So you'll get a chance to kind of shop everywhere. The minimum that you're going to be saving is really the $20. Okay, the next one is Mini Glam. And this is such a favorite. It makes anything more dressy and just sort of, I don't know, classy. It's got really pretty colors. With this one, there are 2 mattes and 3 more shimmery shades. Here are the finger swatches. That's the palette. And we'll go on the back of my hand. And this one just has so much depth. Such an interesting thing, like when she's got those thinner kind of topper shades, you can put them on top. They're so, so pretty. And I just love that with these minis, you get 5 colors and you get to kind of try out the formula. You can have a little bit of everything. You don't have to spend, you know, a fortune of money to have her palettes. I love that she listened, because her palettes were really expensive at the beginning. You know, she was creating these larger size 15-pan palettes, and she heard everybody when she said, okay, I'm going to do the mini. And she also did the midi, which is the middle size, like this one. And it still has the 15 pans, but they were half the size of, might as well go here now. This was her Tropic palette. And she did one of the whole bottom row. So I'm just going to show you in case you want to find this one. I think it's still available, probably on her site. Okay, so this is Tropic. Definitely a brighter color story. This is what the Tropic palette looked like. That's that bottom row that I just did. I've got to put that down for these swatches. But these tones are just so much fun. And you can really play with color like a one and done, or just putting it like as a liner. These are great for that. So that is Mini Tropic, but not in the mini, because the mini was the same as the big one that I already had, and I did not need 2 of those. Okay, we're getting through this. The next one I want to share with you is such a favorite also. This is Mini Biba. BBA palette is such a favorite. It's such a staple, but it's another one of those palettes that's got, you know, a huge pan size. And so if you're looking for a little taste, and she actually did this as more of like a shade extension rather than a copy of that. So these are like what I would say like her warmer browns. With this one, you are getting 3 mattes and 2 shimmer shades. This is what the fingers look like. Here's the palette. And we're going to swatch these. And you can see why this is such a favorite. I mean, you could do this day or night. The coral is really pretty on the cheeks too. You can dab a little bit of it on your lip gloss, like a clear lip gloss, and you've got like a whole look in one little cutie palette. I love these. I truly do. They're great to like throw in your purse if you're going to be gone all day. If you need to like redo your makeup, you're not schlepping around like this giant palette with you in your purse that's heavy. These are just great. Okay, the next one that we're going to look at is the Mini Nude palette. This is another favorite, and you'll be able to see why. It is much loved. I do really use all of these a lot. This one gives you 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. It's so worn off on the back, I wouldn't even be able to tell you what exact formula these are. She's got a couple different matte formulas and several sparkling pearly ones. Here is what Nude looks like on fingers. Here's the palette. And we're going to swatch this one, the Mini Nude. Gorgeous. I mean, I know I'm saying like every single one gorgeous. They are. They're so stunning. And there's just, I mean, you will have these for such a long time. It is hard to get through one of these. I can attest to that. I wear these. I travel a lot. They come with me and they are just fantastic. Also great to have like just not cluttering up like a huge amount of room in your drawers. You can have a really big variety of shades, colors, tones, finishes, and not a lot of space. Okay, this is another one that I really, really love. My favorite palette of hers, I think until the I Need a Nude came out, is her Star palette. I'm going to show that to you guys in another video. But this is her mini Star palette. And you get 3 shimmery shades and 2 mattes. And this is such a cool color story. This was like a duochrome before like duochromes were duochromes. I mean, look at that. It's crazy. These are so much fun. I love this green at the end also. Here's what it looks like on fingers. Here's the palette. And here is Mini Star swatched. So that's some pigment. She just really, she's my favorite. She just is. She's just my favorite. I love her, love her, love her. Love her creativity. I love her passion. I love the fact that, you know, she hasn't sold out to like a big company yet, and this is still like her baby. I love the kind of time and effort she puts into these. I love the looks that she creates. I wish some of the models were older. That would be kind of cool. Some of them are looking pretty young. That would be like my one wish, Natasha, for the holidays. Some older people in the videos would be fantastic. Okay, our next one is Mini Bronze, and this is a beach vacation in a palette. Just gorgeous, warm, beautiful. On this one, you get 4 mattes, and you can actually kind of combine a couple of these colors to make your own like bronzer if you want to. And the mattes are so creamy, so buttery, so delicious. Don't really eat it, you know what I mean? Okay, here is what it looks like on fingers. And here's the palette. And here are the swatches from the Bronze palette. Beach party, anybody? I'm definitely game. It's getting cold already. I like the warmer weather, not like the super crazy suffocating hot that we sometimes get here, but warmer would be better. So that is Bronze. Like I said, these are in no particular order. Next one is the Xenon palette. This is the mini. She just put the maxi out today. I've been trying to get it because I want to do a video for you guys. When you see this silver, you're going to faint. She has a very, very special eyeshadow called the Blackest Black, and I pulled these out. You can buy these. I know on her website you can, but she has the Blackest Black matte, and then she's got the Blackest Black with gold little sparkles in it called Gold Rush. But she actually put this night black in this palette. It's the first one that she did with her crazy formula of black. Here is Xenon on Fingers, and here, oh my gosh, that silver is crazy. There is Xenon. Told you that silver was out of control. It's like, I don't even know. It's like, it's the most silver I've ever seen in my whole life. And I love it. It's like a really interesting smoky eye with lots of interest because you get that little kick of fancy sparkle. Always fun. I love sparkles. Okay. The next mini that we have is this one. Pastel palette. Sorry, I didn't know if it was pastel or the other one with the colors. This one actually has 4 shimmer shades in it that are very, very different that I wouldn't necessarily wear together, which is kind of nice because if you bring one of the, matte palettes with you, you've got a lot of options with some really gorgeous shimmer colors. Here it is on Fingers. Here's the palette. Let me swatch this one for you. These are not for the faint of heart. She really packs that pigment in there, and you are going to get such a great one and done, or just a beautiful look that, shines. All you have to do is set it up with a little bit of matte shadow and you are set. It is gorgeous. I love these wipes. They're doing it. Doing the job. Okay, this one was one of her minis. I want to say it was like Cupid, mini Cupid. It was one of her Valentine's Day releases. The other one was the mini Love, so this must be the mini Cupid. This one has 2 shimmer shades and 3 mattes. And I always love when she does a fun collection for Valentine's Day. I love Valentine's Day. My mom loved Valentine's Day, and she always would get my sister and I like cute pajamas, like nightgown, pajamas, that kind of thing. She always would do something really fun for us. She still buys the kids gifts, even though they're not really kids anymore, but my mom is all about Valentine's Day, so it's kind of fun. This one has some great colors in it. Some of these I haven't used in a little bit. There we go. I want you to get the real pigment. Here's what it looks like swatched. I know, they just make me smile. Like you can't help it. They're that pretty and just that, I don't know, special, unique, cool, amazing, fantastic, wonderful. I don't know. They're all gorgeous. This is the mini gold, and I'm not sure that this one is still made anymore, and this one has, 2 mattes and 3 shimmer shades. Oops, I didn't really, it's harder to get in there with my big thumb than it is with the fingers. So here's what it looks like on Fingers, in the palette, and swatched. I know a lot of people were hoping that she would bring this one back, and I agree. It's really a beautiful palette. Very special. But it's one of her bigger ones, I think. We'll go through them. We'll go through all of them. But the mini gives you the nice taste of the color. And I'm going to have to buy stock in Clinique wipes, I think. They're amazing. All right, the next one is Mini Leela. And I know she retired Leela, but again, if you want to find it used, you probably can. This one is a little bit more color than I usually wear. So I would definitely pick, you know, like one of them and choose it as a liner, but she's got these really just vibrant, beautiful shades. So that's Fingers and the palette. I have so many of these in front of me. Let me swatch this one. Leela was such a favorite, such an unusual palette at a time when palettes like that really just didn't exist. And I know she kept a few colors from the Leela and put it into another palette. But if you can get your hands on it, it's pretty magical. So that is Mini Leela. Okay, we're getting down to it. So you have a lot of options with these. She has done such a great job of kind of going back and forth and, you know, giving everybody a break on the price and then, you know, getting a little bit more expensive. This is Mini Sunset. I don't think this one is made anymore either. This was one of the first. This one you're getting 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. I don't even know if I said on this one, sorry. On this one you have 2 shimmers and 3 mattes. I think I forgot to say that. I'm doing my best, but not perfect. Okay, well this one was in some kind of party. So here it is on Fingers, and her Sunset palette kind of revolutionized, I feel like, the whole industry of what could happen, what you could get color-wise. It just was the palette that kept selling out over and over and over again. And these warm, beautiful shades just never get boring, never get sick of. They're just beautiful. So that is the Mini Sunset. Just for continuity, I'm going to swatch Mini Starlet the same way that I did, so you have them all in one place. Get it? Okay, this is what it looks like on Fingers. This is what it looks like on my eyes. And here are what the swatches look like on my hands. And you can really see in these different palettes how like her vibe has kind of changed over time, but she still stays true to beautiful pearl, gorgeous creamy mattes, blendability, tons of pigmentation. You're going to get it all with her. She did 5 pans of colors that were, I think, limited edition for holidays at one point, and this was before she started the middies. And some of them she just did as 5 pans. So I'm going to do these because I have them out right now. This is the Camel palette. People probably love this one right now for their latte makeup. She had a lot of latte, and I'm always good with more coffee. More is more. This is 4 mattes and 1 shimmer shade. Kind of like the vibe that everybody's going with right now. This is Camel swatched and in the pans. Beautiful. Her tones, the way that she plays off of all the colors with each other, they're spectacular. And I really can't think of palettes that, you know, consistently that you can count on she's going to come out with something great. This was one of her holiday palettes a million years ago. This one's called AIS, and I think I had to find this one like used because one of mine broke and I had like a breakdown. This is such an ahead of its time palette because everybody was doing much kind of thicker colors. Wait till you see these. Oh my gosh, they are beautiful. Here it is on fingers. Look at the transparency on that. Amazing. She did 2 palettes for this holiday one. And I remember getting this from, I believe, Beautylish. You know, Beautylish carries her also. I should be saying that. Here are, you guys can use some of your 20 off, your $20 gift cards from the gift card event, buying some of these palettes. This one you probably have to find on the aftermarket. But you can't deny that it's rocking. And I made another wipe out. I want to go buy wipes tomorrow. Okay, this was Joya, and this came out at the same time as AIS. This one might be the one that I can't even remember now which one I replaced. She came and she did like a run of these, and I grabbed because I use these 2 pieces. That is Joya. And here it is in the pan. And here it is swatched. I know. It's kind of crazy. The pigmentation is just wow. That's why these last for so long. They're just gorgeous. Okay, the next one, oh, such a favorite. This is her Cranberry palette, and this was such a huge release. This was such a sellout palette. This is 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. And in case I forgot to say this, this one is 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. Same. Just had the one. So here we've got 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. And when you see these colors, you will understand why this palette was such a sellout sensation. Oh my gosh, this was one of my favorite colors ever. Is on my pinky right now. Look at that one. It was just, nobody had ever seen anything like this, you guys. There weren't duochromes and all that. There was just these crazy shades with amazing pearl that are still so groundbreaking in their just conception and in the way that they're delivered. She just, they make you happy. These are happy eyeshadows. Can't ask for more than that in this life, can you? Happy eyeshadows. I love that palette. That Cranberry one, holy moly. Okay, yeah, we're getting a little stained finally. That's why I waited to show you the blacks at the end. Okay, it's the reds that I'm having a hard time with, and I think that that's why I love using primer, because when you go to take off your makeup, it's not leaving anything behind. Okay, this is our last one today. This is the Coral palette. You are getting 3 shimmers and 2 mattes. And people went bananas for this one too, because this purple, before like anybody else did like iridescent purple, this came out. Here it is on fingers. The contrast and the way that this color was chosen to be with these colors is just simply insane. I mean, seriously, you know, crazy. Okay, 2 more minis that I just wanted to include. This is the Bronze and Glow. I am a little stained from some of these other ones, so I'm going to go up here. That's the Bronze and Glow. And then she also has her mini highlighting blush in Bloom. Wait till you see this color. I mean, if you like coral and fuchsia and just, it's so dimensional. And it can be sheared out, or it can be even used as an eyeshadow. So those are her minis. Because I want you to not be overloaded, I am going to go through some of the bigger palettes on a different video. And I am going to give you all of the information that you could possibly need on these. You can send me any kind of DM or message to find out, you know, if I could swatch them again, send you a photo, whatever it is. I'm happy to do it. I'm happy to swatch it next to something else if you are looking for it. But I just think that for the 20% off of $27, I'm going to check and see if Beautylish has these minis also. Okay, Beautylish. They have the new Xenon palette. I don't have the baby bronze. Oh, and I haven't received my mini trio chrome yet. That would be the next mini. But they have a fabulous, they have the mini sunset still. They've got a lot of her palettes and lips and face palettes. Looks like they have almost every single palette that I just went through. It seems to be the place that has them all. So yes, yes, yes to Beautylish. They still have Camel. They still have Coral. They have the mini Blush and Glows, the mini Bloom. I'm going to put these up here. Mini Bronze and Glow, mini Diamond and Glow. They, oh yeah. Beautylish is your happy place for Natasha. If you can't find it on the Sephora sale, use your gift cards. Okay. She came out with this palette called the Blackest Black. And look at my stained hands. I'm just barely touching this. That is how black that is. And then she did one called Gold Rush. And this one is black, but very tiny, tiny micro glitters. So this is the Blackest Black, and this is the Gold Rush one. They're true blacks, and they don't get like weird. They just are so black. They make the greatest eyeliners. They make for a great smoky eye, and they come in just these little guys. So love that too. Okay, so we've gotten a chance to go through all of her minis and her 5 pans that I have. We've checked out Blackest Black and Gold Rush one. And again, I can't stress enough what a great gift this is, either for yourself, self-love, self-care. Dip your toes into the water. If you haven't had a chance to try her shadows yet, you can do it at fairly little risk to, your wallet at $21. I have a feeling you're going to have even more of a discount on her website for Black Friday. So if you can't get it all now, just let's remember Cyber Monday and Black Friday are soon. I hope this helps you during the Sephora sale. I know there's lots of new stuff that we've all looked at, but sometimes you just have to go to the ones that haven't let you down, the ones that you can count on, the formulas that you know are going to be consistent, and that it's just a matter of choosing the color story that you like the best and taking advantage of these great prices. So I hope that this video helped you. Please, in the comments, tell me what your favorite palette is, or tell me which of the larger palettes are your favorites and which ones you're looking forward to see swatches of. And we will all week be, well, every time I do one, I'm just going to keep posting them, and you will have a whole library of her colors in case you can't get into store, or in case your Sephora doesn't have a Natasha Denona area. If your Sephora doesn't carry Natasha Denona, you've got all of these swatches that you can refer to and choose some that you'd like to give a try. And it's like a great way to do it. So I hope this was helpful. I hope that you got a chance to check out some colors and to see this one in action, since it's kind of like a mix between like the latte and the I Need a Nude and the coral, But her color stories, as you can see, even though she has been around for so many years now, she continues to innovate. She continues to change her formulas. She continues to keep raising the bar every launch, giving us new textures, new kinds of sparkle, new buttery mattes that we can just count on to just blend out. And I love her makeup so much, and I hope that you guys do too now, and I hope that you enjoy yourself during this wonderful time of the year for sales and lots of other things too. Thank you so much for joining me today. Sending you lots of love, and I'll see you soon. Bye.